This will be a spoiler discussion of King of Scars by Leigh Bardugo. Disclosure, this is going to have spoilers for not only King of Scars but also the Six of Crows duology and the Grisha trilogy by Leigh Bardugo, because there's a lot of spoilers in this book for both of those, so it's kind of impossible to talk about it without talking about the rest of them. So, just so you know. I finished it last night and I'm still not okay. I think if anybody has read it and finished it and read the cliffhanger, you know what I'm talking about. From the first chapter, just knowing that Nikolai is still having problems with this like beast inside of him just broke my heart. So like by the end of the first chapter I was like, okay, we are not here to play, ladies and gentlemen. One thing was, going into this, I knew that Zoya and Nikolai were likely to be the ship, and I didn't like it. I did not like it going into it. I didn't think I was going to like it, and then proved me wrong. I really liked it, and I knew I was gonna like it from page 25 when they're in the carriage and like they pretend kind of like they were romantically or whatever, because it just showed like a new side to their relationship that was interesting and just made me feel really like they might actually be good for each other. Because in the Grisha trilogy we don't really get to know that much about Zoya or Nikolai's like inner workings, and I feel like here we're already like introduced. So I ended up really loving Nikolai and Zoya, which I was not expecting at all to like them, because I kind of wanted a new character for Nikolai, but in the end, I'm really glad it was Zoya. It makes sense to me. Like she wrote it in a way where they're definitely portrayed as friends first, and then they're kind of leaning that way. I just really enjoyed their relationship, and I'm kind of scared for what's going to happen in the next one, because if you finish the book, as you know, at the end, Nikolai randomly gets engaged to the shoe princess, and I was like, hey, no, you can't do this to me, no, no, no. And then the other couple was Nina and Hane, I think is how you say it. And I am 100% down for that. Let's do it, let's do it, let's do it. And I like how Leigh Bardugo is giving Nina a little bit of time to recover from the death of Matthias. Like, she's not just jumping into this relationship, she's definitely taking it a little bit slower. And then segueing into talking about Nina. Like, let's talk about Nina. Other than Hane, Nina made me so sad in this book. Oh, I think she definitely was a lot different. Like, her point of view is read a lot differently than they did in Six of Crows and Crooked Kingdom. And it makes sense. Like, it totally makes sense why they would, because Matthias is gone, and honestly, like, the end of Crooked Kingdom was a little intense anyways, and just trying to go back and recover. And the fact is that she's been away from Ravka for years, and she doesn't, like, know how to be at home, and it made me really sad for her. She had a really nice journey. The only problem I have with this is it didn't really fit very well into Nikolai and Zoya and like all of the rest of their plotline. Like, she was kind of off doing her own thing, and it didn't seem to flow into the storyline as well as I kind of wanted it to. But that being said, I was so glad to see Nina, and every time she would mention Kaz or like Inej or Jesper, I was like, yes, please. Talking about Jesper as well, like, Leonie is the girl who his mom died to save, and I was like, I don't even think Nina realizes that she knows. It's a weird small world, apparently. But yeah, I really enjoyed Nina's storyline. I didn't feel like it totally fit in, but at the same time, like, I think it will later, and I really enjoyed it anyways. And I like how it brought a little bit of the Six of Crows, like, heist elements, like stuff she learned in Ketterdam into it, and I thought it was really interesting. So I really liked Nina, and I liked her relationship with not only Hane, but like Leonie and Adric. Like, I thought it was a really cool dynamic, and I really liked that we got to see Adric again. Not gonna lie, I forgot who Adric was. I had to Google him because I was like, why is he familiar? Oh, he was the child that got his arm ripped off, and then I felt kind of bad for forgetting him. Going on to Nikolai and Zoya's storyline, that one was a little bit crazy. Like, I remember I read and I finished the chapter where they get sucked into the portal into the void, and I read it right before bed, and I was like, what the hell is happening? And then I woke up the next morning and it was so crazy. Like, that whole part was so crazy. Like, I thought I dreamt it until I like opened the book up and I was like, well, nope, that happened. And it was just kind of insane. Like, the whole thing, I don't, like, I thought I understood this world after reading 7 books in it. This is the 7th, if you count Lineage of Thorns. I don't know anything about this world, I guess. I thought it was interesting how the monster played into things, and how Nikolai, like, showing him and how he is after the war, and of course he's different, like, why wouldn't he be different? but also just it was really well done, and I was really happy with his story arc, and Zoya's too. Like, we got to learn more about her, because I feel like in the Grisha trilogy she was more like a catty little girl. I'm gonna steal Mal away from Alina, and it was more like girl versus girl, which is unfortunately kind of a trait in YA. But this one, I feel like we really got to learn more about her, and like what makes her tick, and like why she's the way she is, and it was really interesting. It was just so interesting, and I'm really excited to see where her powers go with Juris. And can she turn into a dragon now? Isaac broke my heart. I was really sad when he died, because I just thought he was like going to be like, you know, going into the conservatory, and like the biggest problem would be that he wasn't a king, and then she stabbed him, and I was just, what, and why would you stab Isaac? He's a good boy, okay? And he just died, and that was a bit unfortunate. I wish we had gotten to see more of him, because he didn't come in until like more than halfway through the book, but other than that, like, maybe that's why. So we wouldn't get attached to him. Well, too late. I did. And he was just really funny, and I enjoyed his insights. What else? There's so much in this book. The cliffhanger. I actually knew the cliffhanger was coming because I was like close to the end of the book, and after the end of like reading her other books and the cliffhangers at the end of them, I was like, oh, there's gonna be a cliffhanger. So I like actually filmed my reaction to the end of this book, and I'm gonna just put it here. Yeah, so I was a little shook. I was shook. I actually threw the book across the room. I feel really bad, but like I was like mad. I was like, why? Like, so many of my old friends gathered in one place, and I'm like, please don't. Like, don't bring him back. I don't want to see him again. Like, we just got him out of here. Like, no. I don't know, man. I don't know how I feel about like the ending, and then I don't even know. I don't really have emotions to express at that. Okay, so talking about theories. Now that we've talked about kind of a discussion about the book, let's talk about some theories. Or what I want to happen. I really want to see Zoya become Nikolai's queen instead of this random shoe princess. Because I know, like, political, but whatever, okay? Like, let's just... I just noticed, like, this gross spider web by my window. I'm just gonna pretend like I didn't. Let's just not. Because I was just, like, why? Like, you'd get me to love Nikolai and Zoya, kind of, and then, like, Nikolai's like, I'm gonna get engaged. And I'm like, honey, you rejected it for so long! And also, I really hope we have a meeting between Nikolai and his birth father, Magnus. Is his name Magnus? I don't remember, but I hope we have a meeting between them. I hope they kill him, to be honest, because he just seems like he's somebody who probably needs to die. I really hope we see a Nej or Kaz. I feel like we will, because in Crooked Kingdom we saw Nikolai, so I feel like she's gonna maybe do something where we see Kaz and a Nej, or Jesper and Wylan, and poor Wylan. I realize like all the other dregs are mentioned, but not Wylan. That's what I really want, and I want to see them all be happy. It's not gonna happen. I want to see the Darkling, because I feel like in the end of Rurouni Rising, like, he was kind of romanticized, and I'm wondering if part of the reason Lee is bringing him back is so she can dispel that notion, because he was a really bad dude. And there was that part where Zoya was like screaming about what a bad dude he was, and like reminding everybody of all the things he did, because I think a lot of readers forget that, because he's kind of an attractive villain, but I feel like he's also problematic, and it needs to be like addressed that he is. I feel like she was. I want to see Nina and Hannah kind of start to change Fjerda in the way that Nina and Matthias would have. I don't really know how much they can do in one more book, but then again, look at Crooked Kingdom and all the stuff that happens in there. I don't know, and I feel like some of the things that are happening in this book to get out of it, like, they could use Kaz's help. Not that they can afford Kaz's help. They need his help. Anyways, I'm excited to see more of where this goes, and just like what's gonna happen. Like, that's really all I have to say about it. 5 out of 5 stars. Let me know your theories. Let me know. I love to scream about this book, and thank you for watching.